Students, my name is Deepak Luthra, as they introduced you to me. I'm the Director of Admissions of Griffith College and been working from the college from the last 13 years. Well, since I have to keep it very timed, basically, I'll talk about the policies Ireland is sharing at the moment in terms of the study, work, and settle policies. The study, we at Griffith College were established in 1974. We have about 10,500 students, and we have a large portfolio of programs. Ireland particularly is known for 2 or 3 verticals, which I'm going to talk about very quickly. First is, if it's Ireland, it has to be IT. Or if it's IT, it has to be Ireland. Like, for example, as a career counselor, I completely say I agree that if you want to become a good automobile engineering, you have to go to Germany or Japan. But if you have to have an IT background and you are looking in for technologies like cloud computing, big data, network information security, we are the 2nd largest software producer of the world. Name the company and we have it. Ireland basically has about 5,000 IT companies. Name the company, as I was saying, and we have it. Google has the fanciest headquarters. Amazon basically has the largest data center, and not only in the IT field, the 2nd vertical of Ireland is pharmaceutical. Similarly, name the company and it has to be in Ireland. 19 out of the 20 pharmaceutical giants of the world are in Ireland. We're the 2nd largest software producer. We're the 2nd largest pharmaceutical researcher. Put together both the GDPs of Ireland, it's about 53%. Obviously, as the French people were saying, they make aircrafts, but Ireland leases them out. So we are 2nd largest into aircraft leasing. So Boeing or Airbus would actually manufacture them, but Ireland leases it out. All the Indian Indigo aircrafts, or probably the Jet Airways aircrafts, are all leased out of Ireland, and that gives birth to the MRO centers. Also, we've got Shannon is a place in Ireland which basically is hugely into aircraft repairing and refurbishing. Also, that's the 2 or 3 verticals. But all these businesses, when Ireland came out of the recession, together we have about $200 billion investment in the country, which has given a rise from the last 2 to 3 years, or rather, I would say since 2015, time flies, a lot of vacancies. So Ireland has come up with a study, work, settle policy. The study policy is that if you come for a master's, you're allowed to stay back for 2 years. And if you come for a bachelor's degree, you stay back for 1 year. And specifically, this is a breathing space. First of all, the good news is all our masters in Ireland, give or take 1 or 2 exceptions, are for 1 year. So it's a very quick master's. At Griffith College also, all our IT degrees or our IT masters or a master's degree in business are all for 1 year. Ireland's basically policy is that once you come into the study visa, once you complete your master's, which is a level 9, you get a 2-year stay back visa. If you're doing a bachelor's honors, which is level 8, you get a 1-year stay back visa. Basically, it's a breathing space. And because in my 13 years of time, I've recruited over 4,500 students personally, and I've not had a single complaint, because Ireland has a great absorption power. Because the first thing about Ireland is it's an English-speaking country. The first challenge when you can enter into a country is language. English is the business language, the speaking language, and what you basically study in and what you work in. So that's very easy when the student steps into Ireland. The first time he's greeted in English, and English also, as we can say, other than our native language, is our business and 90% of our speaking language also. So students are very comfortable. Then, of course, as the world respects the Irish, and I'm not running a PowerPoint, but next time I will, because on St. Patrick's Day, on the 17th of March, the whole world respects Ireland like the fountain and the White House goes green, because Ireland's color is green. The Australian Opera House goes completely green. The Niagara Falls in Canada goes green. So there's a lot of respect given to the Irish because of the fact that they are considered to be the most humble people and the most friendly people. And the and very full of humility, right? And that's what the feedback of all my students have been, that they must have visited other nations, but when they come to Ireland, they feel like home. But both particularly from a language point of view, as well as the culture point of view. Irish, I'm a Punjabi, but I always say Irish are almost like Punjabis. That's what my experience from the last 13 years dealing with students and the Irish has been. So that is the study factor. During your studies, you're allowed to work 20 hours per week and 40 hours in your vacations. 9.25 euros is the minimum wage rate. Personally, at an average, our students are earning about 1,000 to 1,200 euros per month on part-time basis. The Irish government during the pandemic was very supportive, that it actually gave 350 euros per week to any nationality you are coming through. And there's a testimony given by many students to us on video and on email that during their normal pre-pandemic, they were earning about 1,200 to 1,300 euros, but under the lockdown, they were getting about 1,400 euros per month. That's the kind of support the Irish government gives you. So not only that, coming to once you complete your education, what happens basically? Once you complete your education, you get into your job search visa. That job search visa is lasting from the first month to the 24th month if you're completing your master's, basically. And that's very important. And it's probably, I would say, it's a need of the government to fill out those vacancies, because from the Irish population itself or from the European Union population itself, they've not been actually able to, completely fill out those vacancies to the companies, specifically in the IT, the pharmaceutical, the aviation, the financial sector, the management sector. We have a big vacuum, and that's where Indian students are doing very well. Specifically in the IT sector, particularly. So once you have this job search visa, you can convert that into a work permit, and then that work permit, if you are about 30,000 euros annually, which is about 2,500 euros per month, and the general minimum wage rate of after a master's, you start from about 29,000 euros to 36,000 euros. That means you have to just satisfy on your visa, on your work permit, to get a minimum salary for 30,000 euros, 2,500. All generally are IT students, pharmaceutical students, accounting and finance students, particularly start from about 32,000. One student, Sairam from Bangalore, just cracked, pre-pandemic, of course, cracked the interview for Johnson & Johnson for 37,000 euros. So that's live testimonies which we have. If the students want to share or talk to our students who have graduated themselves from Griffith, they've lived the full cycle from being on a student visa to into a job search visa, which is a stamp 1G visa, and then you go get into your work permit and then convert that into a permanent residency. A few months back, and I don't remember, it was about 8 to 9 months, or probably even more, there was an article in the Times of India sharing about the situation where Ireland has become even a better choice to students than US and Canada, because the satisfaction and the absorption and the statistics given in that article of Times of India was 729 people in 2019 received permanent residencies, and out of which 90% of the people had come through a student visa. So in my knowledge, I would say that Ireland is there giving you all the ticks in the boxes, which is called study, work, and settle. So, and being an English speaking country with full of opportunities, specifically in the IT sector, the pharmaceutical sector, the aviation, financial services, and the business management sector. So if you are actually applying for IT, you definitely cannot think beyond US or Ireland. That's my confidence, which I would like to share on the Zoom platform. So I always as a career counselor say, always look at your return of investment, which is education and marriages are investments in India. So if you're putting yourself into an education, you're investing about 20,000, 30,000 euros, you basically need to really research yourself well and choose the right country which can give you the absorption. Just from an academic perspective, all our masters, as I said, was for 1 year. The entry requirement is about 6.5, not less than 5.5 in any module. You can, however, come with a 6.0 also, but you will have to do parallel English for about 12 weeks. But that English is absolutely free of cost given to you by Griffith. However, you'll have to put those 15 hours extra per week for about 12 weeks, but no charge will be given. Talking about tuition fees, we are about 14,000 euros approximately with a scholarship which you can earn based on your academic scores. If you're above 60% or 70%, that depends on the application when Edugo Abroad will make to us. So you can earn a minimum of 2,000 euros up to 3,500 euros. So your average cost of tuition fees comes out to be 10 to 11,000 euros. Okay. In terms of the visa, we're very quick with the visa. The Embassy of Ireland is headed by Ms. Emma Davis. We thank her for being so diligent and on the visa office. the visa comes back on flying speed if you hire the VFS services, which is called check and verify, within 2 weeks. And I think Edugo Abroad could be a witness to it, or probably or can say about it how quick do the visas come. But on the visa file, you just need to show your academics, your tuition fees and your living expenses put together, and the documentation. Edugo Abroad is already a veteran, sent us many students, so I don't have to explain the procedure here. I think you just walk into their office and you will get the entire information of Ireland, and specifically Griffith College. We have a large portfolio. Can't go by let's put it program-wise, but broadly I can speak. We've got 10 masters in business, 4 masters in IT, and a large portfolio of fashion, drama, music, a bit of engineering, pharmaceutical, and we also have a very huge IT department, which basically Bhargav and Edugo Abroad will be able to tell you the portfolio of the programs. Okay.